Ghana's proof of inhumane treatment, and I think I'm also demanding that as well. 6 dead, 5 injured in Ibadan accident. There are some of the stories making the rounds. They'll be telling you more about that. SAMA does not rule out rise in national insurance for employers. Well, they're saying we didn't say employers, we said employees. So, but if you know that you increase that, it's going to some way, somehow, not directly, indirectly impact employees as well. So we'll see more about all that in a jiffy. Now, very rubbish now, UK's dirtiest form of power. And then USA's peacekeepers will stay in South Lebanon, defying Israelis' call to withdraw. And then moving on straight to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well as we go on. There is a rush of African satellite launches. And why? We'll tell you more about all that as we go on from there. In other stories there as well, Russia and China strengthening defense ties during talks in Beijing. And there are some stories making the rounds there as well. Okay, in Ghana as well. Well, the National Cathedral is not going on. The whole project is stalled. However, they say salary payments must continue despite project being on hold. Dr. Joyce Aye is saying. Does it make sense? What do you think about all that? Would that particular edifice be completed? We know that the president has got how many months before he exits office because he's not running for a second. Okay. Yes, a bit of correction from there. We're going to be having Professor Adan Akintoye, who is going to be joining us all the way from Benin this morning instead of Dr. Chisadi Adeyemo Igboho. So we'll be doing all that. Yes, so wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial because we're going to make sure we bring you all that. Yes. We will be doing all that. But those are some of the stories making the rounds. Once we prepare the ground to have Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI joining in, let's stay tuned. Let's take a quick break, and I will bring you Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI all the way from somebody say the middle part of England, right? Or the northern part of England, whichever is appropriate. All right, a quick break, and we come back to you. Stay tuned. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you're stressed out, tired. Boy, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting, then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Urush from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana. So, make sure the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Okay, let me say massive good morning to you wherever you might all be. Once again, welcome to the program. Those of you who are listening to us this morning, I can tell you assuredly, yes, as I did announce earlier on, I will not be having Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho today. No, not today. But we'll be having the head himself of the, let me introduce him better than I do. But Professor Akintoye, who is going to be joining us all the way from Benin, yes, this morning. So wherever you are, stay tuned. It's going to be a very lovely program. But now let me go to Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI, and he will tell you. Yomi, massive good morning to you.
Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie, and also a very good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the world. And we welcome you once again to the 15th of October 2024 on the Starr Radio UK network, where we continue all the news bulletin and the global trotting. But when exactly 11 o'clock is when we go straight to Nigeria, because there's quite a lot of development and story coming out of that as well. And you're quite right. As soon as the call comes through, I will hand over Professor back to you in the studio so that you can continue the engagement with him. He's on standby as well. But for now, while the call is trying to connect, let me come back again to you in the studio. Where we session. But Igbo will join us not today, but he will probably join us another time. And we have Professor Akintoye, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Campaign Group that have joined us from Benin Republic, where he's currently residing. So I will hand over to you, and I hope you can hear me back in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, so I'll hand over you back to Professor. Go ahead, Archie. Professor can hear you back from Benin Republic.
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to Yoruba people, all Yoruba people, for the event.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Professor, and welcome to Starr Radio UK.
Yeah, good morning to all of you, and congratulations. Congratulations on what happened on Saturday. And I want to say thank you. Thank you on behalf of the Yoruba nation, on behalf of Oduduwa. I want to say thank you to all of you who put it together. I want to say thank you to my son, my very dear son, Oloye Sunday, who traveled all the way to Britain to make sure that he will be present as we planned. Because our plan that it is true, who will take our letter to the British Prime Minister. And he came and the job is done through style. I'm very happy. I know that the Yoruba struggle is moving forward. Yes, Yoruba nation struggle is moving forward now at a pace that even we, who are the leaders of it, we are not sure we could get to school. We are getting to it sooner, much sooner than we had expected. And so here we are. The Yoruba nation is very likely to come into existence in no distant future. Nigeria is crumbling before our eyes. And many Northerners are now saying, well, it is time to agree with the people of the South and break up the country. Yeah, many of them are now saying, and the leading citizens of the North are now saying it is time to agree with the people of the South over the evolution of the country called Nigeria. So we are going to have our country very soon. And I pray for all of you, all of my people, and all of you who are running around and getting things done for this purpose, that God will tell you protect you and bring all of you safely and sound to the day of celebration of our nation's birth. Our nation will be thankful, and we will all be there by the grace of God.
Right.
None of you is going to get up. None of you is going to get wounded. None of you is going to lose your life. None of you is going to lose anything valuable to you. You will be there in joy to celebrate the birth of the country that you've been fighting for. Congratulations again.
All right, I'm going to hand over now to Archie, because Archie asked a couple of questions to ask you, Prof, and then, those questions will come through. Go ahead, Archie.
Okay. Professor, it's nice having you on the program. Okay. We had the event that took place last Saturday with the presentation of the request by the Yoruba nation to the UK government. Okay. Now, what do you think is going to come out of that? And then what is the next stage of the quest for Yoruba nation?
We are moving faster, as I've said. We are moving faster towards our nation now than we had expected. And we are excited. That's the truth of the matter.
Okay, that is good. That is good. Thank you very much, then. Then, are you looking forward to the government of Nigeria coming to say that we're going to give you a chance for a referendum? Is that what you are looking forward for? And if they fail to do that, what is the next step?
There's a bit of a connection. We'll let it come back. And
it is not going to be anything like Nigeria.
All right.
It is not going to be like Nigeria, not at all. Nigeria is a disease and a curse. And we are not going to have anything like Nigeria in our country. We are going to have a supra-modern country that devotes all its resources to the development of the quality of life of its people, that is completely free from public corruption, that emphasizes science and technology and education at the highest level, the highest quality of education. It's going to be a country in which people will come out and become the leaders of the world in technology. Yes, that's the kind of country that we are planning to have. And it is a kind of country that we are capable of creating. We will have a history of being able to create prosperous societies, peaceful, prosperous societies. Now we are going to take that gene, that genetic factor in our being, in our bodies. We are going to use it now to build the greatest country on the African continent, the world power of modern times. Thank you.
And I think there was a question that was asked. Archie, if you want to ask that question again, because I'm not sure Prof got that question. Go ahead.
Yes, Prof, I was asking that with the presentation of the request or desire by the Yoruba nation to the U.S. government, UK government. Now, are you looking forward to the government of Nigeria giving you the chance to have a referendum to say that, yes, the Yoruba people want out of Nigeria?
Yes, we have asked the government of Britain to be magnanimous and support our desire to get out of the pie house, the house of disease that Nigeria has become. We want to take our people out. Okay. Our people are not used to this level of poverty. But we cannot disclose the details of our letter. Okay. Diplomatically, that is not done. But I think that everybody knows that what we are asking for is support for our peaceful departure from Nigeria. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. And listeners, I did say that if any one of you has any question that you wanted us to put across to Professor, you can send it in and then we'll be able to do that as well. But I've got Yomi to it will not be only me asking the question, but I'll allow Yomi to bring that the way. But Professor, once again, if it happens that the government, like we had, what do you call him, the former president, what is his name, Buhari, not backing into anything, he was thinking that nothing of the sort is going to happen. And we have the Tinubu in place. I mean, he's a Yoruba person. And we were thinking that in there, we will expedite things. I mean, let people have their chance. But if they fail to help into that, what will be the next step?
No, there is no next step. We just go on as we are going on now. We are not waiting for any government of Nigeria. We don't think that any Nigerian politician will ever have the humanity and the common sense to recognize that Nigeria is already disintegrating and to help Nigeria to break up peacefully. The way that Gorbachev helped the great Soviet Union to break up in 1990 to 91. That's what we need. But what we have in Nigeria are politicians who want to hold on to power at all costs. Who, like Milosevic in Yugoslavia, we hold on to power, until the country disintegrates into blood in their hands. That's the kind of, but we Yoruba, we will not be there to share in the blood. We would have burned. it doesn't matter who the politician is in Nigeria. They do not recognize the voice of the people. They cannot see what is happening. Look at it. Nigeria is made up of many ethnic groups. The four largest ethnic groups in Nigeria are the Yoruba. The four largest are the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Igbo, and the Dog. And all those four are now saying we want freedom for ourselves. They just said categorically, we want our own Igbo republic. And the people of the Middle Belt are already gathering together also. Some time ago, they said they were walking towards a Takuruku republic. So, which country are they trying to rule? Are they going to force all of us to stay in Nigeria? Does anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, Buhari or Tinubu, who is our brother. But does the government of Nigeria think that they can keep all of us by force in Nigeria? We want to leave Nigeria, and we will leave Nigeria. That's all. The weight of our pressure will soon become too much for Nigeria to bear, and they will let go.
Wow. Okay. We know that with the event that took place last Saturday, we had lots of people from across the world coming in. Now, what do you want to tell them? Because people see the quest for some people to have that freedom or leave, and they say, oh, it's gone on for a while. Now, what do you want to tell them so that they can have hope in your quest?
Did you get a question, Prof?
I didn't get that question clearly, but I imagine that what you are asking, who goes first from Nigeria?
No, the people that were
I say it is the Yoruba who will go first.
No, well, the question was those that were engaged.
We are better ready than any other group.
Well, the question was that let me repeat the question.
That is, if living is to happen piecemeal, a little.
The question that Archie, the question that Archie was asking from this.
We are ready for it. We have achieved enormous progress towards living. And so we will live. We are not fighting anybody. We are not killing anybody. We said from the beginning that we were going to pursue this struggle by peaceful means, peaceful and law-abiding means. And that's what we are doing. And it is succeeding marvelously. Because of our peaceful approach, many countries in the world are coming forward now to support us. Many countries in the world. So if Nigeria is to break up piece by piece, the first piece to go will be the Yoruba nation. We are doing that.
All right. I'm going to ask Prof one more question, and then maybe if Archie have another one. The event on Saturday has generated a lot of conversation. The event on Saturday have generated a lot of conversation and discussion, both positive and negative. But after Saturday, how can you tell those around the world? Can you hear me, Prof? Hello, Prof. Can you still hear me?
Hello?
We can hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me, Prof.
Okay.
Yeah, the question is...
I changed my location just to make sure to see whether it will be better. Looks good.
We can still hear you back here in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, from Saturday till today, there have been a lot of reaction around the world, regarding this letter that was submitted on your behalf by Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho to number 10 Downing Street. What are you telling the world and those Yorubas that are not believe in the Yoruba struggle, the Yorubas that are diaspora or the Yorubas that are back home?
The question is, that's the last thing I heard.
Well, the Yoruba that are in diaspora and the Yoruba back home that have not participated in the struggle, after the letter that was dropped on Saturday, what advice are you giving them now? Because there's been a lot of reaction since the letter was delivered by Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho.
What advice?
What advice will you give the Yoruba diaspora that did not engage or participate in the struggle in the last 4 years?
We reckon with that from the beginning. We reckon with that from the beginning. If you see our manual, we have a manual for our struggle. A lot of people don't know that. We have a manual where we state everything that we are going to do, what to expect. We Yoruba, we are an ancient civilization. We recognize that there will be some of us who will, for one reason or the other, not because they hate their nation, but for one reason or the other, not participate in the struggle. Yes, we knew from the beginning. And so we have no quarrel with such people. But my advice to them now is that now the thing started and we did not think it was going to go far. Now it has gone very, very far. And now it is near the goal post. You had better shake off yourself and join now and participate one way or the other. That's my advice to all. Not only in the diaspora, people at home too. Many of our politicians, they should know that the goal is close now. We are looking at the goal now. They had better come out and support the struggle so that they will be able to say, I was one of those who got that country for my people. And a lot of people are afraid. What is going to happen in Yoruba land is not a war against people, anybody. It's a war against a system of government, the Nigerian system of government that is so totally destructive. Nobody can bring that into Yoruba land. Nobody can bring any piece of it. You want to join politics because you want to be rich? That is not going to happen in Yoruba land. The resources of the Yoruba people are for the development of the quality of the lives of the Yoruba people, not for enriching any young man who wins the election. You will earn your salary, sure. You will earn your salary, sure. But beyond that, don't expect anything. If you do any makamaka with the resources of our country, you will get what you deserve. It's going to be plain clear. You will get what you deserve. So the war is not against persons. It's a war against system, a system that is totally destructive, that has dragged one of the richest countries in Black Africa to nothing. We won't let that happen to Yoruba, to the Yoruba country, to Odua Republic, or Yoruba.
Thank you.
We will not let that happen.
Thank you so much, Prof. Because of the time constraint that we have, I'm going to go back to the studio with Archie because we're still based in Manchester. Archie is, in the central studio in London. Archie, I would like you to take one more question, then we can allow Prof. But Prof will have time with us at a special, program that we might host him next week, where his image would also come onto the screen as well. I'll go back again to you in Croydon, where Archie is in the studio.
Yes, thank you very much, Olayomi. Let me say that one final question that I want to ask. Now, we've had various leaders. We've had the former president, Obasanjo. He was a Yoruba president. We've had various people. Now, Tinubu said something, I think sometime this week or last week, saying that, look, they've been trying to fight corruption. And everything, people are using the rule of law, the same law, to affect being, they are doing the wrong thing, but you cannot do anything. Now, you promising that, well, when the Yoruba nation is formed, then we will make sure that people are not corrupted and all those things. So it's a systemic practice that we have there. Now, people are very pessimistic because they are thinking, at least we know this devil. Now, what about the angels that we don't know? So, what are you going to do differently from using the law again? But you cannot just go arrest somebody and throw them in the jail. No, there should be a proper rule of law. What do you think you are going to do? That's going
chosen its path, and nobody can turn it around. Nigeria has chosen its path, the path of an elite that thinks that all the resources of the country belong to them alone and that the people don't matter. That's the kind of, and it doesn't matter whether the politicians holding the reign of power are Yoruba or Fulani or Hausa or Igbo, it doesn't matter. It's the same kettle of worms. It is. And so we don't expect any. Those who are saying, oh, let us reform Nigeria so that the Yoruba too will get part of the reform, they are kidding. They don't understand what they are talking about. They are dealing with one of the most powerful systems of corruption that the human mind has ever put together. Corruption in Nigeria is not just a public official is a thief and he wants us. No, it is a system. To be able to reach the top in the system, you must subscribe to the system. And so it's a very powerful system, immovable. It's a system, and nobody can remove it. The answer is get out. Get out. That is it. And we are getting out. People say your brother Tinubu is in power. So yeah, he is. We love him. He's our son. He's our brother. He's a father to many of our people, younger people, and so on. Yes, we love him. But we recognize that he's part of a system. And we don't want to be part, the way Yoruba don't want to be part of that system. We don't blame him for anything. We just want to remove ourselves from the Nigeria that is destroying the life of our people. That's all.
Thank you so much, Prof, for joining us on the Starr Radio UK on the 15th of October 2024, all the way from Benin Republic. I'm sure Archie would like to also, send a greeting before we let you go so that we can continue with the update.
Yes, Professor, we want to say thank you very, very much for gracing this program this morning.
And on the short notice.
Yeah, very, very short notice. Very, very short notice.
That shows a kind of a leader that we want.
It's very, very prepared for the job ahead. But Professor, before we go, a few people have sent some messages. Let me just put them across. Ajayi Gabriel says, Papa, long life, sir. And then say, Yoruba Nation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
yes, we have from here, we have, Onabanjo says, Baba Adebanjo, Ekpe, Fuwa, and a lot of greetings from all the Yorubas around the world that are sending their greetings. No, that's the name. That is the name of the person sending you the greetings, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Onabanjo is sending you a greeting. Okoga Onabanjo Latif, is sending you greetings, and so many others as well are sending you greetings around the world.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Professor Adebanjo Akintoye from Benin Republic, and we continue with the update with Archie on the Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
I love you all. I love all Yoruba people without exception.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Bye for now.
Okay. All right. Wow. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We hope that you enjoyed that conversation with Professor Adebanjo Akintoye. Yes, he was making sure that we don't get it wrong. Yes, you see how that's how they are. I mean, they want everything perfected. They don't want any hala things there, right? Professor, thank you very, very much. Shegun, let's say good morning to you, and we salute you also for joining in. That's quite an interesting conversation that we've had this morning, and I hope that listeners across the globe, not only Nigerians, not only Yoruba, but we want people to understand why somebody is saying that, look, we think that we've been marginalized, or we think that things are not going the way that it's supposed to go, and therefore we want out of the whole system. And they say, we're not going to be doing anything wutu, as Yomi will say. but they want to put things together perfectly to get the quest what they want. But Yomi, if you are summarizing it, what will you tell those who have listened to us this morning?
Well, I think the first key is corruption. Can we get rid of corruption in Nigeria? The answer is no. You can't get rid of corruption when we have different minds and different ideology of people that knows that they've used corruption as a leverage. And let me give you the headline. I didn't put that in, but I have it behind me, and the headline stating clearly that it seems that corruption is now going to the next level, according to the APC government that have been in power for the last, for the last 1 year and a half. And the message is that many people are now being told to grab the food wherever you can find it. Just grab the food. And as we know, Baba Akintoye is explaining that, for us to move as Yoruba people, we are better off, to have our own independent country. And as a sound mind of people, he has been part of the Second Republic. He worked tirelessly to get Nigeria going. But as you know, Nigeria is not ready to go because we have different people. We are not the same. It is the British in 1914, through their own selfish interest, that decided to join what was not meant to be together. And that is why you can see that even the Biafrans are asking for the same right as well. So in summary, what I've heard Prof speaking in the last 21 minutes is stating clearly that we are telling the world that we will take our decision, but we are still going to go through the diplomatic route. You did ask Prof whether Prof, agree with you that this present administration, should the present administration refuse to do anything, what next? What are we going to do? And Prof says, we don't even have to wait for them. What we have just done on Saturday is to send the last signal, or even the one signal or the two signal. But the decision of the Yoruba to exit Nigeria will be decided on the territorial ground of the Yoruba people, and that decision will be done between the team and Igboho and those that believe that Yoruba people needs to move out of Nigeria. Will the politicians support this? They will never support this, because we know that all the politicians are so embedded in corruption, and they are most also the puppet to the globalists and those that want Nigeria to remain one for their own selfish gain.
That is a mouthful there. Listeners, it's Starr Radio UK, Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI in our North London studios, bringing you updates from Nigeria. As we did say, we had the opportunity to have a chat with Professor Akintoye this morning. It's just a snap of a finger like that, and we said we need him, and then boom, he was there. And you can guess, the way he articulates and the mindset and everything that he has, quite an interesting one. At least I know that he convinced me with what he was saying. But what about you? It's not coming away from Starr Radio UK. I am Archie here in the South Studios, but Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI all the way in Manchester, where this morning is bringing you updates from Nigeria. So, Yomi, now let's go on to some of the substantive issues going on, sir.
Well, it seems that the story that we were given, the development yesterday, is escalating itself quicker than what we might think of. The Libyan authority diverted the Super Eagles flight at the last minute, and this is now coming from the pilot. The unexpected diversion of the flight to a remote airport at Al-Barak instead of their intended destination in Benghazi has been a source of controversy between Nigeria and Libya. The pilot who flew Nigerian team has now shed more light on the controversy in the wake of the crisis between the Nigerian authorities and the Libya over the ill treatment meted over to the Super Eagles. So also, the president is also asking for further inquiries, and it seems that that is going on. So the second headline, President Bola Tinubu welcomes the Super Eagles safe return, is now demanding a probe of inhumane treatment. My question to the president is, how many inhumane treatment is going on in Nigeria, yet these are not being resolved? Is it because these are celebrity of stars that are representing Nigeria? But many innocent Nigerians are melted with inhuman treatment, and yet nothing is done. So that is coming from the presidency as well this morning. It seems that the NEPA is another big problem, and there's another blackout as the national grid collapse again is one of the headlines coming on the Starr Radio UK this morning. Electricity distribution companies across the country said the grid collapsed around about 1848 yesterday, and I can tell you this morning that it has not come back to normality. The national grid has collapsed on Monday, plunging millions of Nigerians into darkness. Electricity distribution companies across the country said the grid collapsed at about 1848 yesterday, resulting in the loss of power supply across the network. The question is, if you do not have enough electricity, how can you run an economy? How can you bring things together? And these are many questions as well. My daughter died at appointed time. I'm not sure whether we talked about this story yesterday, but this is a story that developed on Friday last week when the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has expressed his gratitude for the outpouring of support following the passing of his daughter, Fatima. Reflecting on her life, Kyari, in a statement on the X on Monday, described her departure as occurring at her appointed time and expressed hope of reuniting with her in Jannah by Allah's grace. My daughter Fatima departed at appointment time, and we're looking forward to meeting her in Jannah by Allah's grace. We say RIP for the daughter. I'm going to take one more because I'm still struggling with my voice, as you can tell, because of the activities that took place over the weekend. But notwithstanding, the federal government plans 25% tax on Nigerians earning above 100 million. Is coming from the other headline as well. NNPC are going to be selling the PMS, which we know as petrol, at 995 naira per liter. Imagine, during the Jonathan, it was 65 naira per liter. You can multiply how many percentage have gone through with that. It shows that it's a country that is currently fiddling and is about to go down. But it seems that many Nigerians still believe that things can be done, and it seems that Professor says nothing can be done to rescue and save Nigeria. I'm going to take one more, then go straight to what is happening. The oil production is dropping, and we know that in the southeast region, there's a lot of activity that is going on there, and that means that we are not pumping enough according to OPEC. The Nigerian crude oil production has dropped to 1.3 million barrels per day in September, according to the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries yesterday. In its monthly oil market report for October, OPEC disclosed that the country's crude oil production has fallen from 1.352 to 1.32. It tells that there's a lot that is getting loose because the loss is about 27,000 barrels per day. And we know because the region is very, very hostile, especially with the federal government attacking, the people of the Biafra in that region as well. I'm going to go straight to what is happening on the social media this morning, and I'm going to come back to you. A lot of happenings is happening, as we say all the time, as many Nigerians rely on this platform to have their discussion heard. So it seems that the Nigeria football Super Eagles with the Libya is one of the most trending news this morning. But again, as usual, they are back home, they are safe. That is the most important thing. But what about the millions of Nigerians that goes around the world, traveling either through a normal airport or through the back route, and are being melted with so many, inhumane activities? We hope that, many Nigerians, will ask the question. But as you say, Simon Ekpa, we warned them about the terrorist state of Nigeria. Thank you to the Libyans with the emoji of love, and is responding that no food for 13 hours in terms of the AFCON that have now returned back home. Well, many Nigerians are struggling, as we know, but it seems that many Nigerians still believe that there's still hope. But for those of Yorubas, they are saying there's no hope. I'm going to take one more and then I'm going to come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. Once again, this is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take one more and then I will come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. And this is coming from underscore Africa underscore confidential. And this was posted some few minutes ago. Dear Nigerians, if you are running around hopeful for 2027 that you are about to vote out bad government, then you people are much bigger fool than I thought. If by now you haven't realized that those so-called elections only worsen your situation, then it means that you can never learn and you deserve all the shege Nigeria has to offer you.
Well, it is Starr in the UK. This is OLAYOMI KOIKI in Manchester. I'm actually here in the South Studios, and we are bringing you everything that you need to know when it comes to the updates from Nigeria. Let me read some of the comments that have come through. Oluwashekun, okay, says, really a day Yoruba. Okay, I don't want to massacre it. Yomi will read that one to you. And then Omomo Shekun says, God will bless you, sir. God will bless you too. Bishop Adesina says, kudos. Said, good morning to Starr Radio UK. Nigeria in indefinite power outage. Nationwide as national grid collapses. And Prince Ade says, God bless CSI. All right then. Thank you very, very much. One more. Bishop Adesina says, how long will fish rain? People ruling over vast number of intelligent people. Interesting. And that's why one of the comments said that if Nigerians are waiting for a vote to go and vote out their government in 2027, then they are big. I don't want to use the word that the president used there. But it's interesting. I know that your voice is properly like, you're very busy, so I know. But what I know, you've been so busy, and I know how that feels like. But before we go,
well, let's give a shout out to the Manchester last night. It was a fantastic one. My mom just returned back to London. She didn't get back home until about August. We also say thank you so much to Olorieko for hosting us at a very beautiful dinner, with Dr. Chief Sunday Gbowo. We're still in Manchester and we're still, saying thank you so much to the Nigerian community in Manchester, for coming out, the Yorubas and the non-Yorubas as well. And on that note, remember that if you're in Manchester, you can listen to Starr Radio UK as well. If you want to get the update, especially if you want to know what is happening within the Yoruba community, it is on Starr Radio UK. You can get those information.
Let me say thank you very, very much for this wonderful time this morning. It's been a wonderful, wonderful morning, and I hope that our listeners have enjoyed it. But you know what? Permit me to bring you this song once again. I didn't play it yesterday, but I think it's a song that suits the occasion, and that is from Jeanette. It says Yoruba Nation. But Yomi, before you go,
thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye. Enjoy the tune from Jeanette, and I'll be with you.
That's it. I give my money. That's you. I give my share. That's it. Voice yeti oti lo parapata oti lo. Yeah. Àti kó lórí Starr Radio ní sísọ tèmi lélẹ̀. Àwọn people ní ẹgbẹ́ ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ń ṣe nígbà no retreat no surrender ni. Àwọn àti voice ní sí. All right, I'm going to open the phone line in the first of all. Tabale Ndofe took off a dasi in time Shenisi Elekwole. Bishop, I think I should allow Bishop to call in first so that if Bishop leave, I will take the program up. Number Bishop, okay, yeah, Bishop. King Grandma.
Hello, Koiki, Ekushe.
I take over.
All right, Ekushe, I saw your voice is gone. Ekushe tako. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún àṣeyọrí. Mo dẹ̀ kí bàbá wa Chief Dr. Adeniyi Sunday Adeyemo Ìgbòho-ṣà. Mo gbé wọn o. Wọ́n kú jẹ́ takuntakun o. Àbọ̀ náà a máa wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Gbogbo ìjọba ń lọ. Oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ní bí wọ́n sílẹ̀. Aníṣèkáyé ni wọ́n, iyì wọn ò ní bàjẹ́. Gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gbà yìí lójú ọmọ aráyé wọn ò ní tẹ́. Mo kí wọn ẹ̀dẹ̀ bá mi kí wọn. Ibi bọ́n ṣe wà ní ìgbẹ́ ní pé Bishop Adesina kí wọn. Mo kí wọn. Àwọn ọmọ tó ṣiṣẹ́ náà ní ọjọ́ yẹn wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ pàtó àwọn ròyìn inú wọn dùn. They are able to be part of the historic and epic event. Inú wọn dùn. Adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. Nigeria is not a country. It is a matter of time. Nigeria is winding off. Àwa èèyàn bàbá Ìgbòho ti sọ wípé ẹ lọ múra yín gírí, then street by street, CDA by CDA, local government by local government, that security ara yín sílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn landlord àdúgbò yín kán mọ̀ sí, kán máa generate owó tó máa fi maintain yín. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ nílé tẹ́lẹ̀ níṣẹ́, iṣẹ́ pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ, ẹ̀ ń pe iṣẹ́ yẹn ní problem. Then number 4, ogun kọ́ ni first, ogun ìpásọ̀nà, wọ́n sọ yẹn fún yàn. Ìwọ ló máa mọ ibi tó máa rìn sí, tó máa fortify ara ẹ̀, wọ́n announce yẹn. But the first major thing is you need to guide up yourself, get something needed, gadget. And gadget kò necessary pé owó ńlá kan lè kọ́kọ́ máa fi jẹ́ àwọn kéékèèké tẹ ní to protect your street, to protect it start from your house. Nínú ìwọ nínú láti dáàbò bo tí kúdà bá fẹ́ wọlé báyìí wọ ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ. You start from there. After there, you come to the street. After the street, you come to the CDA, agbègbè community. Before local, you need to start doing that. Imagine kéèyàn kọ́kọ́ pipe of pond. Tọ́ba pipe of pond, aláì máa jayé lọ. But a máa gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa. Wọ́n sọ ní kíní ni wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ àdọ́yọ̀ ariwo ẹ̀ ló máa pọ̀. So, but you don't lost in that ariwo, don't lost in the noise. Be the part of the people that will celebrate at the end. Don't disappoint your destiny. Lot of them, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa mo rí pé ìjà ẹ̀sìn ní gbogbo wọn wá ń divert lọ. See, you don't have business with that. Orílẹ̀-èdè la fẹ́ gbà ní kẹ́ máa lọ sí agbègbè ìjà ẹ̀sìn. Everybody has the right to their religion. Bàbá gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa òfin máa wà. Gbogbo any complaint or issue tẹ́ bá ní based on Nigeria that is not functioning ló pọ̀ sí ẹ̀. Bàbá gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa everybody máa ní right. Onídìílé àìsòsílẹ̀ openly. Oní gbogbo àwọn alákatakítí ẹ̀sìn from the òfin máa bá wọn wí. Oníkàlùkò ní kọjá ìyá ara. So those are the things. Nǹkan tó yẹ ká focus lé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ is the sovereignty of our nation. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó fẹ̀sìn kó anybody ní ọpọlọ. Ọmọ babaláwo ṣe bá fẹ̀, bàbá mi ti ń gba tí bá fún pé tó fi ń ṣe miracle. Don't let people kó yín lọ. Ẹ̀sìn kan ní issue Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀sìn kan ní problem Nàìjíríà. Àwọn tó fi ń ṣe business wà. Bí àwọn bàbá àgbààgbà tó wọn kò mẹ́tọ́ dẹ̀ ní tí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn kún bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá dárúkọ wọn rò bá ń jẹ́lẹ̀ pé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn kún nìkan we know their business yẹn tàbá gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa òfin máa kọ́ọ̀bù wọn òfin máa kọ̀ọ̀tù gbogbo nǹkan wọn yẹn nígbà tí man ní UK kí lorúkọ KICC bàbá ìpàtọ́ máa rántí lorúkọ ẹ̀ okay, I've forgotten it, but I mentioned the church. Pẹ̀lú wọ́n lo event kan ní UK for 1 week. Queen of England ò lè lò fún 3 days. Number one, it shows capability of Yoruba intelligence. Bọ́lá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá sí wherever we are, we always go there.
Matthew Ashimolowo.
Matthew Ashimolowo. Nígbà tí Queen of England rí wípé àwọn owó ló lo bẹ̀yẹn for 7 days. Àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́jọba wọn ò lè ló kọjá 3 days. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sanwó ẹ̀. Nígbà tó lọ bá wọn ní ẹ̀sìn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni ọmọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n fòfin gbé wọn immediately. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ rán èèyàn lọ sí chọ́ọ̀chì wọn yẹn tún jọyìn wọn ó jọyìn ọ̀ṣà. Ó wo system bó ṣe ń make revenue in the church. Kọ́ tó wá send the letter sí wọn wípé ẹ bá wa ní court. Gbogbo property church yẹn ṣèbí certificate àfún yín ṣèbí NGO ni. Wọ́n ní kì í ṣe property ẹ̀ náà property ọmọ England ni náà òun manage on our behalf ni. So ìjọba England fẹ́ gba 40% nínú ẹ̀. Wọ́n bá wọn pàápàá wọ́n lọ sí court wọ́n bẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Tipátipá ní England fi reduce rẹ̀ sí 35%. 35% yẹn ló bá wọn reduce rẹ̀ tí wọ́n gba 35% asset wọn. Ìgbẹ́ tàbá fi yín náà máa gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ England ọmọ Nàìjíríà níbí. Nígbà lòun náà tó wake up ló tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá kó àwọn wẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn ó kó wálé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì sílẹ̀ sílé náà ó lọ dá yunifásitì sílùú ẹ̀ ní Òṣogbo. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe nǹkan dáadáa ní àwọn kan lè wọ yunifásitì ẹ̀ ló ṣìpò jù nísìn yunifásitì ẹ̀ nílànà ọba abẹ́ yunifásitì yẹn àwọn Yèdèpọ̀ àwọn Adébóyè àwọn gba millions òun nìkan ló gba 100,000 ní Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo ń bẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ gbé ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun ọbàjọ́jọ́ ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun free entry ni so orí ẹ̀ pé nítorí pé níbi tó wà òfin wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n Nàìjíríà ò lófin lórí jẹ́ kí àwọn tó wà ń bí máa ṣe ẹni àti Yorùbá nation bá délẹ̀ òfin máa wà gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀rù kan ṣe bálabàlá wọ́n máa sit right dẹ́ẹ̀ máa mọ̀ pé ọmọlúàbí inú wọn máa jáde wọ́n nítorí pé ìwàkiwà ní ìjọba gbélẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ so ó máa kọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní pé evil character corrupt good manner so ìjọba yẹn tó corrupt ẹ̀sìn ló corrupt oníbílẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ àwọn babaláwo wà lára àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún àwọn tó wà ní politics yẹn wípé kí yẹ̀yìn máa ra ṣe bá ní pé àwọn yẹn náà ń ṣe oníbílẹ̀ ní kó ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kan la gbé dání afẹ́gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa àwọn tàdé dojúkọ làwọn olóṣèlú wa àtàwọn tó ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ láti dá a máa gba orílẹ̀-èdè wa a máa gbà á tó gbogbo nǹkan tí gbogbo á ní láti ṣe láti tẹpá mọ́ láti gbà yẹn la máa tẹjúmọ́ la máa ṣe we won't shiver we won't break our ranks we won't lose focus we know what we want and we will get it. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló yẹ máa rí Jesus name ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní national grid wọ́n ti kò látàná kò díná ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà kò díná total darkness kò síná látàná ìlú lè léyìí and the funniest thing is that time ọ̀tọ̀ ní national grid wọ́n collapse tí gbogbo ìlú going to darkness now ó ti dọjọ́ méjì now ni wọ́n increase owó epo. So epo náà 1 litre 1,200 naira mo fẹ́ sunkún lánàá tí mo ra epo tó jẹ́ pé epo yẹn ó kù nínú gallon báyìí mo ń wò pé ṣé gbèsè owó tí mo fi ra epo ẹ̀kẹ́tẹ̀ ìṣèyẹ tó lè rà lélẹ̀ nǹkan tó yẹ pé a máa fíìlì generator tank tẹ́lẹ̀ ó máa gbé wa mọ́jú ni kí ẹ̀bùrẹ́ anọ́dé iná òde ìdílé bá mọ́ lọ máa lọ pa àtàn lálẹ́ kí kó tó di pàgọ́ méjìlá lù ní gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ la lọ bá asùn ló kù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni. ṣé ìlú nìyẹn? jáde kan máa wá jókòó kó máa ní nàìjíríà máa pray fún nàìjíríà ara ló máa sọ pa ẹ́ o. tó bá ní kó pray fún nàìjíríà yẹn ibi tó ti ń lanu pray yẹn ọlọ́run gbogbo máa rán àrà kó sọ pa ẹ́ torí o useless pátápátá. tó ọlọ́run kó tí ó máa dùn báàgì nàìjíríà ní kọ́lọ́múdọ́mú yẹn pé very soon èmi àti sọ nígbà yẹn mo rẹ̀ di tán mo ní Tinubu máa wọlé tó bá dẹ̀ di wọlé nàìjíríà ẹ máa sunkún for 4 years ẹ máa sunkún for 4 years ẹ jẹjẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbé ní báyìí ẹ jẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbé ní ẹ máa sunkún for 4 years àti ní ẹ má dìbò nígbà tẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ní ká gbẹ́nu sọ̀hún ọmọ wa ṣètì bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé pampers ló kó sí dì yẹn pápá ti bọ́ọ̀sì báyìí náà ó ti ṣu sórí àga báyìí ó ti bọ́ọ̀sì bàbá ti sá lọ gan kò lè nu ìdí yẹn ó ti sá lọ ó lọ tọ́jú ara ẹ̀. ẹ wá ń gbogbo báyìí kò dẹ́ tó máa gbọ́ gbé yín o. bọ̀ àwa mọ̀ wípé orílẹ̀-èdè wa máa dúró very soon election kọ́kọ́ pray kò wáyé mọ́ agbára ọlọ́run àdẹ̀ní sọ́jú yẹn lọ. ẹ ṣe gan Koiki thank you. All right. Yes.
tàbárẹ̀ tó fẹ́ pè ẹ pè wọlé ìgbẹ́ wá bá a sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ pè wọlé kí wá bá a sọ̀rọ̀ èmi akọ́ máa pè nǹkan kan ni tàbá torí kọ́ọ̀lù mi àgbé ẹ̀dọ́ bá ní nǹkan tó fi sọ yín náà pè wọlé ẹ wá fẹ́fẹ́ nù yín tàbá ní nǹkan tó bá a sọ. ẹ pè wọlé o ẹ wá bá kẹ wá sọ tọ̀dọ̀ tí ẹ tó bá ní tó fẹ́ bá wa sọ ẹgbẹ́ òun sókè à ń gbọ́ yín.
bàbá mi ọlọ́yọ̀ Koiki.
à ń gbádùn yín ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
ṣé ta wàá gbé wọlé kò ní gbé gbogbo ọ̀dà rẹ̀. inú wa dùn púpọ̀ fún gbogbo event tó take place láti bí Saturday títí tó fi dé bí àná yẹn Olúwa máa túbọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú fún wa. àdélẹ̀ lérí bó ti ṣe é ṣe. mo dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ brọ́dà mi tó gbàdúrà tán sí ojú gbogbo everybody ti kó Nàìjíríà èmi tí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ iná ó affect mi gbọ́dọ̀ yọra mi kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. ó affect me very bad in a bad way. ẹ mọ̀ mi dáadáa mọ̀ ẹ̀ bàbá tí wọ́n ti láyé báyìí náà ni máa ń pè sórí program. ṣùgbọ́n àdúrà mi tí mo ń gbà ní dédé àsìkò yìí ni pé Olúwa kó tètè bá wa lálẹ́ kó bá wa fọ yín káyọ́ká káàdì rọ́nà tí wá lọ. torí pé àti rọ́nà lọ káàkan mọ́ bí tá a ṣe máa ṣe tó máa kún sílẹ̀ tí máa perfect lókun. Olúwa kó bá wa perfect gbogbo ẹ̀. tí rọrùn lè dé bá gbogbo ọmọ Odùduwà gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní diaspora gbogbo tó ń kébi tó ní kálukú kó lè wà. àtàwátà wà nílé olóko ò lè lọ sóko pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́ bíbalẹ̀ olódò ò lè lọ sóko olódò pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́ bíbalẹ̀ oúnjẹ ò ṣeé jẹ iná ò sí kò sí nǹkan kan. onímọ́tò tó gbélé ní mọ́tò wọn àwọn tí wọ́n ní mẹ́rin mẹ́ta tí wọ́n pàdé ẹ̀ sí gbági àtọ́gbà kẹta àdẹ̀sí àbábá expressway. wọn ò rí ìrọ̀rá àṣẹfẹ́ tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ló máa rọra àwọn náà fẹ́ tàwé kán fi owó yẹn kán fi dìbò mi. wọn ò rí ìrọ̀rá owó ọmọ skul kò ṣeé san ẹni pé ọmọ tí private school gan ń sìn ọmọ mi wà ní ìkéde lọ́bì kankan ṣé bá a ṣe máa kọ̀ntínú nìyẹn ibi gbàdúrà kan ti wà pẹ̀lú wọn Olúwa ìdìbò àwọn fọ gáyán báyìí ní let application kan wáta tètè submit fún UN àti UK àti tó bá máa dọ́dọ̀ UN Olúwa ní ìdìbò àwọn mísì Olúwa ti mísì already àbá fún láì sí wàhálà ẹ ṣe mo ní kí ni mo kí bàbá wa CSI Olúwa bá wa jẹ́ kárí wọn pẹ́ bàbá wa Professor Akintoye Olúwa má jẹ́ kí bàbá kú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Ọláyọmí Kóìkì Olúwa jẹ́ kẹ́pẹ́ fún wa ìyá wa yìí dára.
mo gbádùn yẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lálàgbà network à ń gbádùn yẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ láti ń gbádùn yín.
òun gbogbo ilé bàbá wa.
Ó dà. problem. Ẹja lọ sọ́dọ̀ Aziz. Ẹja lọ sọ́dọ̀ Easy ti padà.
Wọ́n ti bèèrè pé táwọn olè ẹ̀kọ́ check out. Wọ́n wà sọ kọ́kọ́ náà.
Okay. Má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ Aziz. Má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ Aziz mọ́ ń gbẹ.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá every after bá wà. Ìsọ̀lá ló sọ̀rọ̀ Aziz from Miami. Àdìgbẹ́ ọlọ́run mo ti délé o, mo ti kúnlẹ̀ ládùúgbò lórúkọ ọlọ́run ọba, mo ti wà nílé o. I thank everybody that came out on Saturday. First of all, kí tó wọlé, mo máa dúpẹ́ fún ọlọ́wọ́ bàbá wa, the leader of the movement. Bàbá, the professor. Banji Akintoye, Baba, ẹgbẹ́ fún wa sà. Thank you very much. Ọlọ́dúró tì í àti gbogbo family. Mo tún wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n á lọ kí Minister of Defence wa CSR. Wọ́n lé Yorùbá land. Ààrẹ gbogbo ọmọ Òdùwà. Dàbọ̀ sí Sunday Adéyẹmọ. Popularly known as Gbogbo Òòṣà. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ gan. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for everything. And thank you for all the movement. Don't wait. I'm a Yoruba nation here. By the grace of God. I'm a fire by force. Thank you very much. Wọ́n kí gbogbo àwọn tó jáde ní ìjọsìn àti ìjọ Friday. Thank you for everybody tó jáde pẹ̀lú wọn nìkan ojú òní tì í. Wọ́n ṣe níbi 1 million people láti jáde because just a few people to showcase ourselves. Mo ṣe dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yìí kan ní London yẹn ẹgbàá mi láyé. Thank you very much. Koikimedia ilé-iṣẹ́ onígbàjẹ́ kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ brother. Thank you for your accommodation. But I really thank you very, very much. Family, gbogbo family, gbogbo ṣe é kan ní o. Gbogbo ní tí wọn, gbọdọ̀ kúndúró tì, kí gbogbo ìyàwó ẹ̀. Thank you. Wọ́n á lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà, wọ́n á kí gbogbo àwọn organize, àwọn tó organize, àwọn tó pé tó dúró. Mo kí gbogbo yín gan ni o, ẹ ṣe gan. Ojú òní tì, kò dẹ̀ ní tọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ bá ti kó rẹ̀, let's keep it moving. Ó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. British government kàwé so right about now wá lọ sí ọdẹ bí kan tó wà ń bẹ̀. Ọmọ díẹ̀ let's go to the next step. I really thank everybody. Ọlọ́run bá gbé from my heart. I thank everybody that came out that day. Ojú òní tì yín. Kọ̀tàbà ilé mú yẹn àwọn àgbègbà by the grace of God. Mo wá fẹ́ sọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin politician Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa Aziz Gbadé ṣeré ló sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀bá kò sí nǹkan tó jẹ́ intimidation o, àwa ń bọ̀ ọ́lé o. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ bídè láti bẹ̀rẹ̀, àjẹ́ ń bọ̀ ọ́lé. So ẹ máa expect. Ẹ bá ti kọlu èmi ó ń ṣe nationalize o. Ìlú mi Amẹ́ríkà yóò fi mí síbẹ̀ yẹn o. Èmi ń bọ̀ ọ́lé. Ẹ bá kọlu mi, ẹ ti kọlu United States of America nìyẹn, so mo sọ fún yín sìn loud and clear. Èmi ń bọ̀ ọ́lé. Ìjọ tí ship bá ti ní easy gbéra, mò ń gbéra bọ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹ bá ti kọlu mi, ẹ ti kọlu United States of America nìyẹn. Egbò ń ṣe pé mò ń bẹ̀rù o. Ìlú mi nìyẹn, that's my father's land. Ẹ lè máa pè tẹ́lẹ̀ máa tẹ́tì ni o. Àbẹ̀ gbogbo yẹn o. We coming home and we wanna come home peacefully. Kò sẹ́ tó gbẹ́gbẹ́ bọ̀. Nigerian government mẹ̀yìn bá sọ̀rọ̀ o. Ẹ fi gbogbo yẹn lẹ̀ o. We don't want that. No intimidation. We asking for self-determination. It's our right. Aziz Gbadé ṣeré lórúkọ tọ̀dọ̀ mi. Ẹ fi gbogbo yẹn lẹ̀ o. We don't body to ọ̀rọ̀ sẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan tó gbẹ́jà wá. Ẹ má sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ lọ́ máa dí anybody lọ́nà o. Tàbá ń bọ̀ lé. Do not stop nobody. Ìlú ni Britain yẹn náà ṣe bíbẹ̀ la gbà wọlé. Òṣèlú kọ̀ọ̀kan tó intimidate wa. Àwọn ọdẹ ni just truly. Àdẹ̀túnbọ̀lé àtúwọlé just truly. So
All right, so you know what? I'm a party to Slade. I do follow everybody. Okay, I'm going Manchester. I'm Manchester. I'm Manchester. I know they play. I know they play. They want. So look by Manchester. So I do not party. Ní ayọ̀ àlàáfíà gbogbo ìtàṣe àdúgbò fọ́lọ́run nígbà fún Jésù Kristi tó fi wá sílẹ̀, so we are grateful. Sẹ́yìn náà wà mo ti gbẹnu sí mic a tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ later, so I gotta go now. Thank you all. Bye for now.